Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to kick off this presentation on the Masonic audiobook library. Today, we're diving into understanding the layers of Freemasonry. On this first slide, we have the title and subtitle, Freemasonry Exoterics versus Esoterics, and why understanding the difference really matters. Over the course of our time together, we'll explore what these terms mean, how they influence the practice and perception of Freemasonry, and why it's important to distinguish between the two. So, let's get started and uncover what lies beneath the surface. Welcome to our second slide, where we begin to explore the foundational concepts of Freemasonry. Here, we focus on understanding the difference between exoterics and esoterics within the fraternity. Exoterics refer to the outward, public teachings, things that are accessible to all members and often shared openly. Esoterics, on the other hand, involve the more hidden, mystical aspects, those teachings kept within the inner circles, meant for deeper understanding. Recognizing these distinctions is crucial because it allows us to appreciate how Freemasonry balances transparency with confidentiality. The symbols we see, those visual tools, play a vital role in both realms, serving as gateways to deeper meanings for the initiated. Historically, these two aspects have developed together, shaping the rich tapestry of Freemasonry's teachings. Understanding this historical context helps us see how the fraternity has preserved its secrets while remaining open to external curiosity. In the end, bridging the gap between exoteric and esoteric teachings is essential for a comprehensive grasp of Freemasonry. It enables us to see the full picture, how outward symbols and rituals connect with inner truths, fostering a deeper appreciation of the fraternity's timeless wisdom. Welcome to our discussion on Freemasonry. Today, I want to introduce you to the basics and the history of this fascinating organization. Freemasonry is one of the oldest and most widespread fraternal organizations in the world. It has a rich history that dates back several centuries, with roots that can be traced to medieval stonemasons, guilds. Over time, it evolved into a society focused on moral development, brotherhood, and charitable work. Understanding the basics of Freemasonry means recognizing that it's built on principles like integrity, respect, and a commitment to self-improvement. It's not a religion, but it encourages spiritual growth and personal reflection. The organization uses symbolic rituals and allegories, often drawn from ancient traditions, to teach moral lessons. Throughout its history, Freemasonry has played a significant role in shaping social and political ideas, often promoting values like liberty, equality, and fraternity. These core concepts connect to the broader theme of our presentation, how organizations like Freemasonry influence society and individual development. So, as we go further, keep in mind that Freemasonry is more than just secret rituals. It's a movement dedicated to building character and fostering a sense of community worldwide. What is Freemasonry? Well, it actually has roots in medieval stonemasonry, where craftsmen built cathedrals and castles. Over time, it evolved into a fraternal organization that focuses on more than just building. It's about moral values, charity, and personal growth. Freemasonry embodies both exoteric, or outward, teachings and esoteric, or inner, traditions that are more symbolic and spiritual. At its core, Freemasonry is a brotherhood that emphasizes moral integrity, personal development, and serving the community. It's founded on strong ethical principles and uses symbolic lessons to guide its members. The organization itself has a hierarchical structure, starting with local lodges where members meet regularly. These lodges are grouped into regional districts, and all of them are overseen by a Grand Lodge that governs the entire jurisdiction. This structure helps promote moral and ethical development within a framework of shared values and traditions. So, in essence, Freemasonry is about building better individuals and communities through a system of teachings, symbols, and brotherhood that has stood the test of time. Let's talk about the purpose and relevance of Freemasonry. Essentially, it's about fostering a sense of community through shared values and rituals. These traditions help promote brotherhood among members, which in turn becomes a strong foundation for both personal growth and social responsibility. When we look at community and brotherhood, Freemasonry encourages moral and ethical development. It teaches core principles like integrity, charity, and self-improvement, values that are vital for building a trustworthy and caring community. All of these elements are interconnected. The shared values not only strengthen individual character, but also help create a community rooted in mutual respect and personal growth. This overall approach highlights how Freemasonry's purpose is really about nurturing individuals who are committed to making a positive impact in society. Today, we're going to delve into the fascinating world of exoterics within Freemasonry. When we talk about exoterics, we're referring to the outer teachings, the knowledge that is accessible to all members and often shared publicly. It's the part of Freemasonry that involves symbols, rituals, and doctrines that are designed to communicate moral and philosophical lessons. But what's truly intriguing is how these teachings are layered with hidden meanings and symbolism. These symbols serve as a kind of language that conveys deeper truths, inviting members to explore and interpret the mysteries at their own pace. As we explore these hidden knowledge elements, we see how they connect to the broader themes of enlightenment, moral development, and the pursuit of truth. Understanding these aspects helps us appreciate how Freemasonry uses symbolic language not just to teach, but to inspire a lifelong quest for wisdom. So, as we continue, keep in mind that these symbols and teachings are more than just surface level. They're gateways to a deeper understanding of the universe and ourselves. Now, let's delve into the definition of exoterics within Freemasonry. Essentially, exoterics refer to the teachings and beliefs that are accessible to the public. These focus on moral values, ethics, and community service, which really form the foundation of the fraternity's principles. When we talk about the public face of Freemasonry, we're referring to these outward expressions that everyone can see and understand. Moving on, it's important to recognize how exoterics shape the public perception of Freemasonry. Since these are the aspects that are visible and often shared, they influence how society views the fraternity. However, this can sometimes lead to misconceptions because rituals and symbols are interpreted differently by non-members. Lastly, exoterics also include teachings and practices that are accessible even to non-Masons. These emphasize community values, moral lessons, and symbolic meanings that promote understanding and inclusivity. So, in essence, the exoteric side of Freemasonry serves as a bridge, connecting the fraternity's core principles with the wider community, fostering transparency and mutual respect. In this slide, we're exploring how Freemasonry's exoteric practices are put into action. First, let's talk about rituals and ceremonies. These are public events that serve to engage the community and showcase Masonic values. They often include symbolic gestures and formal procedures that are visible to outsiders, helping to demonstrate the fraternity's principles in a way that's accessible to everyone. Next, we have symbols and their meanings. Symbols like the square and compass are iconic in Freemasonry. They might look simple, but they carry deep moral and social messages that are meant to be understood by all members and even by the broader public. These symbols act as visual tools to communicate core teachings and ethical standards. Finally, engagement with the community is a vital part of exoteric practice. Freemasons actively participate in charitable activities, organize public events, and run outreach programs. These efforts help build strong community connections, promote the fraternity's values outwardly, and show that Freemasonry isn't just about internal traditions. It's about making a positive difference in society. Overall, these practices highlight how Freemasonry shares its values beyond the lodge, fostering transparency, community service, and moral education in the wider world. Let's explore Slide 9, which focuses on understanding esoterics in Freemasonry. Here, we're delving into the idea of unlocking hidden knowledge and symbolism. Esoterics in Freemasonry refers to the secret or inner teachings that aren't immediately visible or accessible to everyone. These teachings often involve symbols, allegories, and rituals that carry deeper meanings beyond their surface appearance. The key point is that Freemasonry isn't just about surface-level ceremonies. It encourages members to seek hidden truths and understand the symbolic language that conveys profound philosophical concepts. This pursuit of hidden knowledge aligns with the broader theme of enlightenment and self-discovery that runs throughout Freemasonry's history. Recognizing and interpreting these symbols is like decoding a universal language that connects members across time and culture, guiding them toward greater wisdom. So, understanding esoterics is really about unlocking these layers of meaning. It's a journey into the deeper, often concealed truths that form the core of Masonic teachings. Let's explore the definition of esoterics within Freemasonry. At its core, esoterics involves inner teachings and mysteries that are not immediately visible or understandable. These are the deeper truths that require personal exploration and insight. It's about more than just surface knowledge. It's about transforming oneself through spiritual and personal growth. Secrecy plays a significant role here, as it helps protect this wisdom from misuse or misunderstanding. Symbolism is also key, conveying complex ideas and truths beyond what words can express, inviting us to look beyond the surface and discover deeper meanings. In the context of Freemasonry, esoterics emphasizes inner exploration, discovering oneself and connecting with higher spiritual truths. This journey fosters personal transformation, helping us grow not just individually, but also collectively, as we deepen our understanding and connection to the universe. Ultimately, esoterics is about uncovering hidden meanings and embracing symbolism, which serve to guide us in our quest for wisdom, enlightenment, and personal evolution. It's a profound layer of Freemasonry that complements the external symbols with internal understanding, emphasizing that true knowledge begins within. In this slide, we're exploring how esoterics are put into practice within Freemasonry. Let's start with advanced rituals and initiations. These go beyond the surface, diving into deeper symbolic meanings. They're designed to foster personal transformation and spiritual growth by engaging with secret knowledge and transformative experiences that are often shared only with initiates. Next, we have the study of sacred texts. These texts are foundational. They're not just old writings, but rich sources of symbolic teachings. They offer deeper philosophical insights that guide members on their journey toward personal and spiritual development. Finally, we look at meditative and spiritual practices. Techniques like meditation and various spiritual rituals are tools for inner exploration. They help us connect more deeply to universal truths that transcend the visible teachings, encouraging ongoing personal growth and a stronger spiritual connection. All these elements, rituals, texts, and practices, are interconnected. They serve the overarching goal of Freemasonry, to promote enlightenment, personal evolution, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe. Let's take a closer look at slide 12, where we explore the key differences between exoterics and esoterics. Understanding these distinctions is crucial because it helps us see how teachings are shared and received at different levels. Exoteric teachings are typically more accessible. They're meant for the general public and often focus on universal principles that anyone can understand. On the other hand, esoteric teachings are more inward and concealed, meant for those who are prepared to delve deeper into the mysteries. They require a certain level of readiness and commitment to truly grasp their meaning. Recognizing this difference allows us to appreciate why some teachings are openly shared, while others are kept within a select circle. Connecting this to the overall theme, it highlights how spiritual knowledge can be layered and tailored to suit the spiritual growth of different individuals. Let's explore who can access exoteric knowledge. As we see here, exoteric knowledge is open to the general public. That means anyone interested in Freemasonry can learn about its foundational concepts, rituals, and symbols without any restrictions. It's designed to be accessible, inviting curiosity and understanding from a wide audience. Now, it's important to understand the difference between accessibility and secrecy. Exoteric knowledge is openly available, but esoteric knowledge, deeper, more spiritual understanding, is often protected by initiation. Speaking of initiation, in esoteric traditions, it signifies more than just a ritual. It represents a deeper level of understanding and personal transformation. But crucially, this kind of knowledge isn't available to everyone freely. It's accessible only to those who have undergone specific rituals or steps, which act as gateways to that higher knowledge. So, while exoteric knowledge welcomes everyone, esoteric knowledge remains more exclusive, emphasizing the importance of initiation in achieving a more profound understanding. This distinction highlights the layered nature of these teachings and how they contribute to the overall journey of enlightenment and self-discovery within these traditions. Now, let's explore the concept of knowledge levels within Freemasonry. We often hear about surface understanding versus deep understanding. Surface understanding, or what we call exoterics, is accessible to everyone. It includes the basic teachings, symbols, and rituals that are open and public. Think of it as the visible part of the Masonry experience that anyone can observe or learn about. On the other hand, deep understanding, what we refer to as esoterics, is reserved for those who are initiated into the deeper mysteries. These insights are more profound and often hidden, requiring a certain level of commitment and inner work to access. It's within this realm that the true spiritual and philosophical insights of Freemasonry are found. This distinction is crucial because it highlights how Freemasonry offers a layered approach to knowledge. The outer teachings are designed to be accessible and to foster curiosity, while the inner teachings invite personal exploration and spiritual growth. Now, let's talk about symbolism. Exoterics tend to focus on straightforward symbols and rituals that are meant for public understanding. These symbols serve as teaching tools and are often seen in public ceremonies or lodge decorations. They're important, but they represent only the surface level of meaning. Esoterics, however, delve into the deeper, sometimes hidden meanings of these symbols. This is where personal interpretation comes into play. Freemasons are encouraged to engage with symbols on a spiritual level, uncovering personal insights and truths. This symbolic engagement isn't just about knowing what a symbol is, but about experiencing and interpreting its deeper significance within our spiritual journey. Connecting this all back to the theme of the presentation, understanding these different levels of knowledge helps us appreciate the richness of Freemasonry. It's a journey from simple awareness to profound insight, encouraging us to explore beyond the surface and seek deeper truths through personal interpretation and spiritual engagement. Let's take a moment to discuss why understanding the differences is so crucial in effective communication. Recognizing and respecting diverse perspectives allows us to connect better with others. When we understand these key differences, we can tailor our message to be more impactful and meaningful. This aligns perfectly with our overall theme of improving communication skills. By being aware of these nuances, we not only avoid misunderstandings, but also build stronger relationships. So, embracing this understanding is a vital step toward becoming more effective and empathetic communicators. Let's explore how understanding the differences between exoterics and esoterics in Freemasonry can truly enhance your personal growth. When we grasp these distinctions, it deepens our self-awareness and encourages us to think critically about our spiritual journey. This understanding isn't just theoretical. It actively enriches our experience and helps us grow both individually and as a community. Navigating the dual aspects of the craft, exoteric and esoteric, is vital. By appreciating these differences, we can fully engage with the teachings on a deeper level. It allows us to see the broader picture and fosters a richer, more meaningful connection to the principles of Freemasonry. Ultimately, this awareness strengthens our journey, making us more thoughtful members of the craft and more conscious individuals in our personal lives. When we talk about Freemasonry's impact on society and culture, one of the key challenges we face is misconceptions. Many of these misunderstandings come from not knowing enough about what Freemasonry truly represents. It's important to differentiate between exoteric, or outward, aspects and esoteric, or inner, teachings. This distinction helps us clarify the core values of Freemasonry and see it in a more accurate light. By understanding these differences, society can better appreciate the diverse influences that Freemasonry has, whether it's promoting ethical behavior, community service, or fostering dialogue on important cultural values. When we approach Freemasonry with this clearer perspective, it encourages more meaningful conversations about its role and contributions in modern society. Ultimately, recognizing the true nature of Freemasonry helps us dispel myths and opens the door for greater understanding, respect, and collaboration within our communities. Let's explore the role of symbols in both exoteric and esoteric teachings. Symbols serve as powerful tools for conveying complex spiritual ideas, often acting as bridges between the visible and the hidden. In exoteric teachings, which are more outward and accessible, symbols help communicate core principles in a way that everyone can understand and relate to. Think of them as a language everyone can recognize and interpret. On the other hand, esoteric teachings use symbols in a more secretive or specialized manner. These symbols carry deeper meanings, accessible only to those with the right knowledge or initiation. They act as keys to unlock higher levels of understanding, guiding practitioners on their spiritual journey. Understanding how symbols function in both contexts is crucial because it highlights their impact on spiritual knowledge. They shape how teachings are transmitted, preserved, and interpreted across generations. Recognizing this helps us appreciate the layered complexity of spiritual traditions and the ways symbols serve as a universal language that connects us to higher truths. Throughout this presentation, we've seen how symbols are not just decorative or superficial. They are essential tools that facilitate a deeper grasp of spiritual realities, whether openly shared or secretly kept. Let's take a closer look at some of the most recognizable symbols in Freemasonry and what they represent. First, we have the square and compass. These symbols are central to Masonic teachings about morality and ethics. The square, of course, stands for rectitude in our actions, doing what is right and just. The compass, on the other hand, signifies self-control and the importance of setting boundaries for our behavior. Together, they remind us to live morally upright lives and maintain balance and discipline. Moving on to the all-seeing eye, this symbol has a rich meaning as well. In esoteric teachings, it represents divine watchfulness and enlightenment. It's a reminder that there is a higher power observing us, guiding our journey toward knowledge and spiritual growth. In more practical, exoteric contexts, the all-seeing eye also symbolizes protection and guidance, assuring members that they are under the watchful eye of divine wisdom as they pursue their moral and spiritual development. These symbols beautifully encapsulate core Masonic values: moral integrity, self-control, divine guidance, and protection. They serve as visual cues to keep us mindful of our commitments and our ongoing journey toward enlightenment. Let's talk about symbolism in practice. Symbols are incredibly powerful tools in rituals because they help convey deeper meanings and foster spiritual connections. They act as a bridge, making abstract concepts more tangible and accessible. This is especially important when we differentiate between exoteric practices, which are outwardly visible and accessible to everyone, and esoteric interpretations, which are more hidden and reserved for those with deeper understanding. When symbols are used in rituals, they serve not just as decorations or signs, but as tools for personal reflection. They allow individuals to explore and understand complex spiritual truths, deepen their self-awareness, and connect with broader spiritual realities. This applies across both exoteric and esoteric teachings, enriching the experience and understanding at every level. Ultimately, engaging with symbols in this way helps us internalize spiritual lessons, making them more meaningful and personally relevant. It's a way to make the invisible visible and the complex comprehensible, guiding us on our spiritual journey. Let's take a moment to look at the historical context of exoterics and esoterics within Freemasonry. These terms refer to different levels of knowledge and practice within the fraternity. Exoterics are the outward, more accessible teachings that are shared openly with initiates and the public. Esoterics, on the other hand, involve the secret, deeper knowledge that is reserved for higher degrees and more advanced members. Understanding this distinction helps us see how Freemasonry has evolved over time, balancing transparency with the preservation of hidden wisdom. The foundations of this secret knowledge date back centuries, rooted in ancient traditions, but they've been adapted and developed through the centuries to suit the needs of each era. This evolution reflects a continuous effort to protect valuable insights while also fostering personal and spiritual growth among members. Overall, recognizing this historical backdrop, enriches our understanding of how Freemasonry maintains its mystique and purpose across generations. Let's take a closer look at the evolution of Freemasonry from 2024 to 2025. During this period, we see a continued development in how Freemasonry balances its exoteric and esoteric aspects. Exoterics, the outward, public-facing side, emphasizes rituals and community values that are accessible to everyone. In contrast, esoterics focus on inner knowledge and spiritual growth, often reserved for initiated members. This dual approach reflects Freemasonry's journey from the Enlightenment era, where reason and public engagement were key, to modern times, which also value personal spiritual development. Moving on to some key historical milestones, we see figures like Albert Mackey and Manly P. Hall playing pivotal roles. They helped clarify the distinction between exoteric practices, those open and available to all, and esoteric teachings, which remain more secretive and reserved for those who are initiated. Their work has been instrumental in shaping how we understand the different layers within Freemasonry. In essence, these milestones highlight the ongoing evolution of Freemasonry, how it adapts and finds new ways to serve its members while maintaining a rich tradition of both public and private knowledge. This ongoing development underscores the importance of understanding both the visible, community-oriented side and the deeper, spiritual dimension that continues to inspire members today. Let's explore how cultural influences have shaped Freemasonry, starting with the impact of religion and philosophy. These elements have played a crucial role in forming both the outward and inward practices of Freemasonry. For example, they influence the rituals we perform, the moral teachings we uphold, and even the broader cultural understanding of knowledge and enlightenment. Moving on, it's important to recognize that Freemasonry emerged during the Enlightenment, a period marked by a focus on reason, individualism, and scientific inquiry. These ideals are reflected in Freemasonry's emphasis on rational thought and personal development. However, it's also interesting to note that Freemasonry contrasts with more esoteric traditions, which tend to focus on spiritual knowledge and hidden truths. Overall, these influences, religion, philosophy, and Enlightenment ideals, help us understand Freemasonry as a bridge between spiritual traditions and the modern pursuit of knowledge. They shape its practices and its ongoing quest for enlightenment. So, as we reach this conclusion, I want to emphasize the importance of bridging the gap between exoterics and esoterics. These two realms of knowledge, while often seen as separate, actually complement each other in powerful ways. By harmonizing what we understand on a surface level with deeper, more hidden insights, we can develop a more comprehensive view of the world. The idea is to move toward a unified understanding, where both perspectives inform and enrich each other. This integration is essential for truly advancing our collective knowledge. Ultimately, it's about creating a more balanced and inclusive approach that respects the value of both exoteric and esoteric wisdom, helping us to see the bigger picture more clearly. Now, let's explore the idea of integrating both aspects of Freemasonry. When we encourage open dialogue, we create a space where different perspectives, exoteric and esoteric, can truly come together. This integration helps us develop a more complete understanding of the principles and teachings, fostering personal growth. It's about connecting deeper with the wisdom that lies beneath the surface while staying grounded in the outward practices. By promoting this balance, we not only deepen our individual journeys, but also strengthen the unity within our community. It's essential to see that embracing both perspectives allows us to grow spiritually and intellectually, leading to a more inclusive and harmonious environment. Finding this balance is key. It's about continuously navigating between the outer teachings and inner wisdom, ensuring that neither is neglected. Ultimately, this approach enriches our experience and helps us live the true spirit of Freemasonry, one of understanding, respect, and spiritual harmony. Let's take a closer look at challenges and opportunities. The future of Freemasonry really depends on how we balance and harmonize both exoteric and esoteric practices. It's about embracing inclusivity to address current challenges while also seizing opportunities to deepen our understanding and engagement within the community. Technology plays a crucial role here. It helps us stay connected, making communication between different aspects of Freemasonry more seamless. This synergy has the potential to revitalize our traditions, encouraging personal growth and fostering stronger community bonds, especially in this digital age. Ultimately, the future of Freemasonry depends on our ability to adapt and integrate these elements thoughtfully, ensuring our practices remain relevant and meaningful for generations to come. Let's now move into our Q&A session. This is the time to address any questions you might have or share your insights. I encourage you to think about how the topics we've covered connect to your own experiences or challenges. Remember, no question is too small, and your insights can often lead to a deeper understanding for everyone. So, feel free to ask, discuss, and explore these ideas further. I'm here to help clarify and expand on anything we've talked about today. Let's take a moment to address some common questions and misconceptions about Freemasonry. As you can see, a significant 72% of misunderstandings about Freemasonry often come from the secrecy and conspiracy theories surrounding it. These ideas can lead to quite a few misconceptions about what Freemasonry truly stands for, its intentions, and its practices. Most of these misunderstandings are either misrepresented or simply misunderstood, which is why open dialogue and education are so important. On the other hand, many members have shared personal experiences that are quite transformative. These stories highlight the emotional and philosophical depth of Freemasonry, both in its exoteric or outward practices and its esoteric or inner teachings. What's clear from these experiences is how profoundly Freemasonry can impact lives and deepen one's understanding of themselves and the world around them. Connecting these points to our overall theme, it's about breaking down misconceptions through transparency and personal truth, fostering a genuine understanding of what Freemasonry really represents. Now, I invite everyone to join the open forum. This is a great opportunity to share your perspectives on the differences between exoteric and esoteric Freemasonry. Let's encourage open dialogue, as this will help deepen our understanding and foster a variety of viewpoints. I want to hear your thoughts on how these aspects influence Freemasonry as a whole. Engaging in this discussion allows us to explore the significance of both the outward, public side of Freemasonry and the more hidden, spiritual dimensions. Remember, every insight adds value, and personal perspectives can shed new light on these concepts. So please, feel free to share your ideas and experiences. This is about creating a rich, respectful exchange that benefits us all in understanding the broader themes we've been discussing today. Now, as we wrap up, I want to point out some valuable resources for further learning. On this slide, you'll see a list of additional materials and recommended readings. These resources are designed to deepen your understanding and provide more context on the topics we've covered today. Remember, continuous learning is key to mastering these concepts, so I encourage you to explore these materials at your own pace. They connect directly to the overall theme of building knowledge and developing skills, helping you to apply what you've learned in real-world scenarios. So, take a moment to review these resources. They can be a great next step in your learning journey. Let's take a look at some recommended books that can deepen our understanding of Freemasonry. First, we have classic texts on Freemasonry, which are essential because they provide foundational insights into its principles, symbolism, and historical context. These works help us appreciate both the outward, or exoteric, aspects as well as the hidden, or esoteric, meanings that are crucial for a more profound exploration. Moving on, there are also modern interpretations that shed new light on the tradition. Titles like The Secret Teachings of All Ages and Freemasonry, A Journey Through Ritual and Symbol, offer contemporary analyses. These books illuminate not just the outward practices, but also the deeper philosophies and secrets that Freemasonry encompasses. Overall, whether you're interested in the historical roots or the modern perspectives, these texts serve as valuable resources to enrich your understanding and connect more deeply with the themes we've discussed throughout this presentation. When it comes to exploring educational platforms, there are a variety of online options available today. Websites like Coursera, Udemy, and Skillshare offer a wide range of courses on Freemasonry, making it easier than ever to deepen your understanding from anywhere. These platforms often feature courses taught by experts, allowing you to learn at your own pace and revisit material as needed. In addition, joining online communities on platforms like Reddit or Facebook can be incredibly valuable. These groups are bustling hubs of discussion where members share insights, ask questions, and exchange resources. Engaging with these communities not only broadens your knowledge, but also connects you with like-minded individuals who share your interest in Freemasonry. Moving beyond general platforms, there are specific Freemasonry forums and groups that focus solely on this subject. These spaces are rich with discussions about both the exoteric aspects, like history and symbolism, and the esoteric teachings that are more private. Participating actively in these forums helps deepen your understanding and builds a network of fellow enthusiasts and scholars. Overall, whether through online courses or dedicated forums, leveraging these digital resources aligns perfectly with the broader theme of continuous learning and exploration in Freemasonry. They open doors to knowledge that is both accessible and engaging, supporting your journey of discovery at every step. Thank you all for your time and attention today. I really appreciate your interest in the Masonic audiobook library. I hope this presentation has given you a clear understanding of the library's purpose, the resources it offers, and how it can benefit members and enthusiasts alike. Remember, the library isn't just a collection of books, it's a gateway to deeper knowledge, tradition, and community. I encourage you to explore these audiobooks further and incorporate this resource into your ongoing learning journey. Once again, thank you for being here and for your commitment to continuous growth.